Come and sit to the center of your mat, coming down onto the forearms. Allow the shoulders to relax down onto the mat, and then bring the soles of the feet together. Start to allow the knees to become heavier. Allow gravity to start drawing them down towards the mat, coming to this nice opening through the hips. Just bring awareness to the soles of the feet and notice how the feet are placed against one another. Start to press in to the soles of the feet, pressing them together, and then notice the glutes begin to engage. Bringing the hands alongside the body, spread through the fingers. Begin to lift the hips nice and high, and slowly draw the bum back down towards the mat. Inhale as you lift nice and high, keeping the hips nice and open, then exhale, coming back down to the mat. Inhale, lifting the hips up, bringing the chest to the chin, and exhale, hips come down. Inhale, take another lift. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift it up. And let's just take a moment here, keeping the hips lifted up towards the sky, pressing the soles of the feet together. Start to feel the glutes and the thighs really work. Holding for 3. Come a little bit higher, 2. And 1. Start to bring the sit bones back down towards the mat. Guide the knees in towards the chest, round through the lower back, and we're just going to cross the ankles over here. From here, we're going to roll up into a malasana. So start to rock back, open the legs, plant the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Toes point out, heels point in, bringing the hands through your heart center. As you inhale, start to lengthen through the spine with the elbows just open up the knees, the hips. Palms press firmly against one another. And just take a few moments here. Bringing the hands down towards the mat, spread through the fingers. Start to come to the outer edges of the feet, dropping the right knee down towards the mat. Coming back up, coming onto the outer edge of the right foot, inner of the left. Left knee drops down. Coming back up to center, taking it once again, dropping the right knee, coming to the inner edge of the right foot, outer of the left. Feel this nice stretch through the inner right hip. Inhale, coming back up, and exhale, taking it over to the right. Feeling this stretch through the inner left hip. As you inhale, bringing the hands back to center. Bringing the hands into this prayer position. Going to start to bring the right hand to the knee and just come to the outer edge of the right foot. See if you can extend that arm, getting a really nice opening to the hip. Drawing the knee back, palms to touch, and then guide the left knee away, coming to the outer edge of that foot. Start to lift the chest, create a little bit of space, and then come back to center. Bringing the hands in your heart center once again. We're going to either stay here in this passive yogi squat, or get a little bit more into the glutes and the legs and come to this active squat. If you want to go a little bit further, bring the heels up and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the heels back down towards the mat, placing the hands back to the top of the mat. Lifting the hips, send that left leg back. Just guide the right foot forward a little bit more till you find your lizard pose. And you can bring the back knee down if that feels a little bit intense, lifting that back leg up. Or if you want to work on building a little bit more strength into the back leg and the quad, just bring that leg up. Start to take these bounces down, just allowing the hips to bounce down towards the ground. Start to feel this nice deep stretch along the left hip flexors, the psoas, keeping that bounce. And then we're going to start to rock forward and back. You might already start to feel the legs really working, start to feel that energy surging through the body. And start to take the hips in circles, one direction, taking it through these different planes of motion, and come the opposite way. Finding stillness here, we're going to start to straighten the right leg. And I want you to start to bring awareness to the tailbone. So start to think about rolling the tailbone up towards the sky. And this is going to come deeper into the right hamstrings. Draw the right hip back as you start to travel the left hip forward. Get a little bit deeper into this pose. Lift the chest, inhale, maybe coming onto the fingertips. And as you exhale, bend deeply into the right knee. Tap the left knee down. Coming back up, find your pyramid. This time, taking the toes up towards the sky. Just notice this difference of the muscles stretching in that right leg. Inhale as you travel forward, bending into both knees, dropping the back knee down. Lifting up one more time, drawing the hips up and back, flexing that foot. And again, thinking about getting this anterior tilt through the hips so the tailbone rises up. Shifting the body forward, drop the knee back down towards the mat. Placing the left hand down onto your mat parallel to your right foot. With the right hand, start to guide the knee away from the body, lift the chest, coming to the outer edge of the right foot. Back foot, we're going to pivot onto the outer edge of that foot and begin to lift this thigh off the mat. With the right foot, you're going to begin to travel it back and stack it on top of the left, coming to our side plank here. Let's take a few deep breaths, really working on the left side of the body. Nice strong arm, pushing away from the mat. We want to create this pillar from the bottom arm coming all the way to the top. Begin to lift the top leg. As you drop that foot to the outside of the body, lift the heel off the mat, and then start to extend the left toes down onto the mat, feeling this nice opening through the front body. Start to lift the hips, take the gaze through the middle finger, and hold here. Start to travel the hand back to the top of the mat. Draw the knee in towards the right tricep and step the foot back as lightly as possible, finding your lizard pose once again. You can come and modify this by bringing that back knee down or keep it lifted. Start to lift the chest and walk the hands forward, coming to the corners of the mat or going beyond the mat. Rather than sinking down into the chest, inhale and then lift. Holding here for 10. Keeping your breath nice and deep. Feel that really nice deep stretch along the left hip. For 3, 2, and 1. Walking the hands back towards the body. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Bring the hands through your heart center and sit tall. Placing the hands down to the mat, start to lift the hips up. Inhale. Exhale, heel toe the feet together or hip width distance apart. Inhale as you come to a flat back. You can place the hands onto the shins if you are rounding, or start to guide the fingertips underneath the shoulders, sending the tailbone back, lengthening out the crown of the head. Inhale here, take the gaze forward, lift the chest, and exhale, begin to fall deeply down, maybe bending into the knees if the hamstrings are a little tight. And you can always work on straightening and bending. Find stillness and just shift the body weight into the balls of the feet. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, draw the belly in. Inhale, take the gaze up as you stretch up through the body, grow tall. And then exhale, flip the palms, lead by the chest. As you start to come back down to your yogi bow. Inhale, finding the flat back. Exhale, root the palms, step it back, high plank. And we're just going to scan through the body in this position, making sure we're nice and strong. We're engaging the correct muscles. So bring awareness to the thighs and start to engage them, squeeze them. Then notice the glutes engage, and this starts to tuck the tailbone under and engages the core. Fingers spread, wrists under the shoulders, keeping the hands as they are. Try to actively draw the forearms together. This is going to start to bring engagement through the pecs, through the chest muscles. And we're just going to rock the body back and forth. Find your high plank, bringing the knees down. Shift the shoulders over the wrists. Elbows come to the back of the mat. Bring the chest down. Untuck the toes. Finding your up dog or cobra. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart forward. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, lead up through the lower belly. And roll over the toes, finding your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, drawing the belly to the thighs, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, feet hip width distance apart. Bend deeply into the knees, coming onto the tiptoes, gaze ahead. You're going to jump to the outside of the hands as lightly as you can, returning to your Malasana. Place the hands down, start to lift the hips up, and step the right foot back this time, shuffling the left foot up a little bit so you can come and have this really nice opening through the right side of the hips this time. Bringing the knee down or keep the knee lifted. Let's start to take these bounces. Focusing on the breath. Noticing sensations that you may feel as you're bouncing this leg down. Start to shift the body forward and back. This is a really good workout for the legs as well as the hips. And then coming round in circles, one direction and the other. Finding stillness here. Start to straighten the front leg. Shift the body forward, bend deeply into the knee. Coming back, tapping the knee back to the mat. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Just working that left hip back. And again, coming to the tailbone, think about rolling it up to the sky. Flexing the front foot, toes come up. With your exhalation, maybe go a little bit deeper into the fold. Inhale, traveling forward, bending into both knees. And exhale, taking it back one last time. Tailbone lengthens up to the sky. Traveling the body forward, bending deeply into the front knee. Bring the back knee down. Come to the outer edge of the left foot. Guiding it away with the hand, lifting the chest. Start to pivot onto the back foot. And then lift the hips nice and high. Pressing away from the mat with the right hand. Start to travel the foot to stack on top of the right. And lift up. And let's take a few moments here. Working through the arm, the shoulder, the obliques, the legs. Lifting the top leg and setting the foot down behind the body. Start to draw the heel up to the sky as you guide the right toes onto the mat. Coming into this nice back bend. Open the chest. Feel this nice deep stretch along the front of the body and the hips. Keep the hips lifted. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, placing the hand back towards the mat. Draw the knee to the tricep and step as lightly next to the left hand as possible. Nice. Begin to walk the hands forward, sinking deeply down into the hips. Lift the chest. Hold here, nice and active. Staying here for about 5. 3, 2, and 1. Walking the hands back onto the mat. Shift the body forward and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, finding your Malasana once again. And the hips should feel really nice and warmed up now. Place the hands down onto the mat as you lift the hips up. Inhale. Heel toe the feet together. Exhale. Inhale, finding your flat back. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and think about extending out the crown of the head. And your next exhale, begin to take that fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Take the gaze high. Palms to touch. Exhale, flip the palms, lead by the chest. Folding all the way down to your full fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, root the palms, step it back, finding your high plank. And you have 2 options in your chaturanga. You can bring the knees down or keep the legs extended. Shift the body forward, hug the elbows in as you come down. Come to the tops of the feet, inhale. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, lead by the heel. Feel this nice stretch alongside the left leg. Shift the body forward as you draw the knee up towards the nose. Now really think about bringing this thigh as tightly to the chest as possible. Challenge for you, try to keep the hands onto the mat as you step the foot in between the thumbs. Back foot pivots to a 90-degree angle, knee over the ankle as you inhale. Come up to your warrior 2. Want to come and try and bring this thigh parallel to the mat, so you may need to widen the stance. Want to have this nice external rotation of the front leg. Make sure the knee is not knocking in or out, but it's in line with the toes. When you have your position, extend the arms forward and back. Take the gaze through the middle finger. Just take a few moments here, pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. On your next inhalation, bring the arms behind you, interlace the hands, roll the shoulders back as you lift the chest up. Start to draw the torso to the front corner of the mat. Inhale, and then exhale, humble warrior. Right shoulder to the inside of the right thigh. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lifting the chest, releasing the hands, bringing the arms up as you pivot on the back foot, bend deeply into the knee. Inhale, exhale, cactus the arms, lift the chest. Inhale, come up, exhale, frame that front foot, step the right foot back. Inhale, three-legged dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, lift leg, left leg lifts. Exhale, bringing the knee to the nose, keeping that compression through the center of the body. Push away from the mat, hold. Keeping the hands down if possible, shift the body forward, step the foot in between the thumbs. Back foot pivots 90 degrees. Inhale, coming up. Find your warrior 2. Press into the outer edge of that foot. Feel this nice opening, drawing the belly in. Start to draw the shoulder blades towards one another, just to open up the chest, broaden the collarbone. Deep breaths. Interlace the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back as you lift the chest. Take a deep inhale here, thinking a little bit deeper into that front leg. And as you exhale, start to sink down, lifting the knuckles up towards the sky, holding here. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly returning back to center. Release the hands, draw them up as you pivot the back foot round. Bend deeply into the front knee. Inhale. Exhale, cactus, lift the chest. Take the gaze back or up. Inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, frame that front foot. Step that foot back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend deeply into the knees. As you lift the heels, take the gaze forward. Finding your malasana once again. This time, dropping your sit bones all the way down to the mat. Placing the soles of the feet together. And just begin to take your butterfly in flight. Sit tall through the spine. And then find stillness. You can begin to open the soles of the feet like a book. Maybe close the eyes and just take a moment to notice how your hips may be feeling. You've done a lot of lower body work. And this is really great if you've been spending a lot of time sitting, staying in this flexion of the hips. So this little sequence should really benefit any pain or discomfort that you may be experiencing through the lower back or the hips or the legs. And it's really important that we have these dynamic movements into our day. And we have two options here. One is staying in this position or coming to Sukhasana, crossing the legs, and just taking the next 3 minutes in this seated meditation. Or if you wish to lie down and come into Shavasana, that is also available for you. And just try to stay here for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Focusing on your breath. Your breath coming, filling the belly and the chest and the back. And as you exhale, allowing the shoulders to relax, the belly to draw in. Soften the muscles around the face, the jaw, the eyelids. Take this moment to be in perfect stillness. Stillness in the body and stillness in the mind. Just observe your breath. Observe any sensations you may be experiencing. Notice any thoughts that arise. Just observe. And you can choose to stay here for however long you feel, however long you need or want.